As a business owner or bookkeeper, you may come across the need to track 1099s in your QuickBooks Online file. Information such as full business name, full name, address, EIN, social security number, and all this information is available on a W-9 that your contractor or vendor should provide to you. I always recommend my business owners to collect this information in forms before they pay their contractors or vendors, because once they're gone, they're usually gone and not be able to get this information again. Typically, you're collecting this information for any business or individual that is providing a service to your business, rent you're paying a landlord, or even prizes and awards you give out to customers, and usually is anything in excess of $600 a year. The most important document you need to collect for this tutorial to work is the Form W-9, which you can Google search for or grab off the IRS website. It's a blank form, it's completely free, and this is what you would give to your prize winner, your contractors, your vendors, your landlord for them to fill out, sign, and send back to you with this information correct. The hard part is over, collecting that W-9 from your person. Once you have that in hand, you're able to start the next process of entering that data into QuickBooks Online for tracking purposes for your 1099 filing, your 1099 reports for your workman's comp audits, and so forth. Once you have that information, log in your QuickBooks Online file, click on the expense, and then vendors. Here, it depends on whether you have a new vendor to enter in there or you have a vendor you need to just update the information for. If it's a new vendor, you're going to click on the top right green button, New Vendor, and a window will pop up for you to prompt to put the vendor information in. If the information is available, you can enter their first name in. I made a mistake here and put the middle name instead of the last name. And then if you've got the company name, you can put the company name in there as well. Now, the issue you may run into is if you do have the first and last name as well as the company name, the display name below it will most likely start with the first and last name. To change that, click on the drop down menu and just select the company name to fix that. Next, you'll put in the address on the W-9 that they have. If you've got the information, you can fill out the company email address. The benefit for this is that if you e-file the 1099s through QuickBooks, this will send them an electronic copy of their 1099s at year end, in addition to sending them a paper copy. After that, you want to scroll down to where it says business ID number and track 1099 payments. This is where you'll put in the social security number or the EIN number they provided to you on the W-9. Once that's entered correctly and you've matched it up, check the box that says track payments for 1099. This will allow them to be put onto the reports, start tracking for the 1099s at year end. One of the last things you can do, which is not necessary, is fill out the default expense account. You can use this for vendors and customers if you're using one account only for them specifically, like only going to contractors, only going to consultants, only going to subcontractors to expense, and it will pre-fill any bills and expenses or credit card charges automatically every time you pull up this vendor information. Otherwise, if they're going to be spread across multiple categories, just leave this blank. Lastly, one real quick bonus tip. If you've got digital records of the W-9s, COIs, contracts, paperwork, anything that's relating to this vendor that you want to store in this vendor file for QuickBooks Online, you've got the ability to do that. You just have to click on the attachment section of this and just upload the stuff on there, and it'll be there for you to pull up anytime you need that. The next step is just to hit save. Once you're done with that, you're good to go. The only other thing that needs to be done, if you have an existing vendor that you need to update this information for, it's going to be the exact same steps, except since it's existing already, you just need to search for the vendor and click on the edit information. So expenses, vendors, you can use a search toolbar or just scroll down to the vendor you want to edit and click on their name. This will take you to their vendor file or vendor card, and you just want to click on the top right hand side that says edit, and the same vendor information will pop up for you. And just fill out the missing information, especially checking the box for track 1099s and filling out their EIN or social security number. This is a pretty simple and easy thing to do in QuickBooks Online, and will save you a ton of time and energy in the long run trying to gather all this information that you need to file 1099s, gather the paperwork for your workman's comp audits, and such. I hope this video tutorial was helpful for you in teaching you how to enter the information for your 1099s for tracking purposes. If there's any other questions, just let me know.